Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I've got kind of a weird one for you today. I have mixed feelings about this watch. I kind of like it, I kind of don't. It's definitely different. Anyway, today we have the Citizen Promaster Tsuno Chronograph 200 meter solar quartz racer, and this is model number AV0070-57L. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this newest chronograph from Citizen. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So here you go, typical Promaster kind of like Pelican style case. And guys, this is a weird watch, man. I mean, I kind of like it, but then again, it's really odd. All right, now Citizen's doing this thing where they're not really including manuals anymore. So I think this is probably your registration / visit my Citizen to register your watch card thing. Setting instructions and warranty information. Again, you just go online now and they have all of the PDFs of the manuals online, and you can go ahead and register your watch either with this card or register online. And you know with Citizens, you always get a 5-year limited warranty. So there you go. All right, and here is the watch. Now, Tsuno is the Japanese word for horns, hence kind of like the bull, the bullhead name. There you go, the horns, there you go. So let's take a look at this thing. And I'll go ahead and put up all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen. And there's a lot to talk about with this watch. I mean, I don't hate it by any means, but it's just rather odd, man. Anyway, you're looking at a 45 millimeter case. It's 15.3 millimeters thick, so it is pretty thick. It's 48 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 20 millimeter bracelet. It's got a sapphire crystal with an AR coating underneath. It's water resistant to 200 meters, which of course is 660 feet. It has the E210 movement inside with an 8-month power reserve. Of course, it's not windable. It's not an automatic or manual. It is hackable. It's got the date up there at 1:30, which is rather odd. It does not have a day function. You've got a non-screw down crown up here at 12 o'clock. I bet you thought you'd never hear me say that at 12 o'clock. You got pushers over there for the chronograph at 11 and 1 o'clock. You have an alarm crown down here at 5, non-screw down as well. This is just for the alarm. You have Citizen's proprietary loom, and you have a fixed, non-movable, highly polished bezel. In fact, the whole watch is really highly polished. I don't think there are any brushed surfaces anywhere on the watch. Maybe on a little portion of the case right here. But I mean, it's just polish, polish, polish everywhere you go. Looks like you've got a signed Promaster crown right there again at 12 o'clock. So typical, really nice Citizen bracelet. I mean, I think Seiko could really take some tips from Citizen so far as their kind of standard bracelets go. I love these milled bracelets from Citizen. Absolutely love them. Great, great bracelets. Again, more polishing. I mean, just kind of your, kind of mid-tier Citizen bracelet. Love the bracelet. Now, if you look on the back, the actual watch is mounted on a plate that connects to the bracelet. And I'm assuming that's because they basically rotated the movement inside this watch, I'm guessing, 90 degrees? So they didn't have the ability to incorporate the lugs at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock on the case of the watch. That's why it's actually mounted on this kind of plate. You can see with 4 screws there, it's mounted on this plate. Typical, Citizen case back, laser etch case back, gives you the model number. It's got a sapphire crystal, yada, yada, yada. Don't open, only let Citizen service this watch. But the fact that it's actually mounted on another kind of, in a way, case back, but it's really, again, just like a plate that the actual watch is mounted on. Really, really strange. Now, this is an homage to the old 70s Citizen bullhead, and I'll go ahead and put that up on the left-hand side of the screen for you. There you go. You can obviously see the similarities. Good-looking watch. I like that old watch. Kind of, interesting. But I'm not quite sure that this whole bullhead thing is really necessary. I mean, it's just a little weird. If you want to have a chronograph, just, put it where it's normally supposed to go. I know it's visually striking and definitely different. It looks cool, but so far as being practical about pushing, if you do use a chronograph function a lot, putting the pushers at, 11 and 1, it's just, I guess you're meant to kind of go like this with your watch. you know, like you would with an actual chronograph timer. But it's just really weird, man. Really, and the fact that the date is up there at 1:30 really messes with my head. Now, the good thing is it's very legible. The date is. It's on a white background, nice big black Arabic numerals on a white background. But the rest of the watch, at quick glance, because you've got so many different other white markings all over the dial, you've got the white indexes, the white hands, all the white tick marks at the different subdials. Like here's your running seconds over here at 3 o'clock. You've got your, I'm guessing this has to do with the chronograph function, this 6 o'clock subdial. And then you've got, again, white hour and minute markers and all these white tick marks around the subdials and around the bezel. It's a little hard to read at first glance. So it's, you know, maybe not the best use of this particular color blue. Now, they've got 3 other models of this. They've got a Panda Dial, which is black and white. They've got a cream dial, and then they have an all black version. And that black version, I think, is like an anniversary version. Yeah, it's the 100th anniversary version, and that's extremely legible. I'll go ahead and put that up on the left-hand side of the screen. If you want to see the other 2 models, just, you know, head on over to Citizen's website and check them out. But this is the most legible, in my opinion, out of all of them. And again, this is the 100th anniversary model, and it's about $100 more. It's got that black IP coating all over the watch. So really, really legible watch. Still a weird watch, but much more legible than this one, in my personal opinion. Another thing, this power reserve indicator over here, it's asymmetrical. So all these markings are just, again, weird looking. You don't have symmetrical little tick marks. You don't have symmetrical shapes. It's just, and let me move these hands out of the way and you'll see better what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about? I mean, it's just, especially up here at, I guess, 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock on the subdial of this. I mean, it's not symmetrical. I understand they're trying to indicate that when you're up top here, you have, you know, the maximum charge, but it's just weird, and it's so big. I mean, it's such a huge subdial just to indicate the power reserve. It's just, again, a little odd. Down here over at, looks like about 4:30, you have got, let me move the hands again. You've got the alarm indicator. I'm going to go ahead and try to set this alarm off for you here. Let me see if I can do this. You just, first of all, to activate or deactivate alarm, you just push the crown in. See, off, on. So let's go ahead and turn it to on. I'm going to try to rotate the alarm hand, which has got this little tiny orange triangle. Let me see if I can do this and set this alarm off for you. It's kind of useless, honestly, because it's so weak. There you go. I mean, would that wake you up in the morning? I know it definitely would not wake me up. But I mean, it's nice, you know, it's nice that they have the function there. I went ahead and turned it off. It's nice that they have the alarm function, but that's not going to wake up anybody. That's something you might want to use when you're, you know, at the office and you have a meeting to go to or something like that. But you couldn't ever use this as an actual, like, wake-up alarm. It's just, it's too quiet. So what else did I want to tell you about this watch? I mean, I like the effort that Citizen put into it. It's just a little weird, man. It's just kind of a weird thing for Citizen to do. Let me show you the chronograph function. A lot of people complain whenever I review a chronograph watch that I never show the chronograph function. First of all, the chronograph hand does not line up with the 12 o'clock index, which just bugs the crap out of me, as you can see right there. So let's go ahead and click it off here. There you go. Oh, I turned on the alarm here. Turn that off. So there's the chronograph. And then when you stop it, it's got a flyback function, which means it immediately sets the chronograph hand back to 12 o'clock. Let's go ahead and stop it. There you go. Boom. See, it just instantly goes back. Let me show you that again. And this start button is really hard to depress, by the way. They might have done that on purpose to make sure you don't accidentally do it. So let's let it go a little bit more. And if you're not careful, you'll do what I just did, and you'll accidentally press this alarm on and off button just because you're looking for leverage to press this start button on the chronograph. So let me get my thumb out of the way here. Let's go ahead and stop it, reset it, and it goes instantly back to 12. There you go. Pretty cool. But again, it doesn't line up perfectly, which just drives me bonkers. All the other sub-dials line up perfectly. The sub-hour hand, the running seconds hand, the sub-minute hand, they do great. But just this actual chronograph hand doesn't line up. And this doesn't have that function where you can go in there and actually adjust the alignment of the hands, which is unfortunate. But anyway, what else I want to tell you about this thing? It's big, it's thick, it's pretty heavy. It's not a light watch by any means. You're definitely going to know you have something on your wrist. This might have been better in titanium. Of course, it probably would have cost, you know, $1,000 for them to do it in titanium. It's just not really my style of watch. If you want it to be much easier to read, definitely get that black IP coated 100th anniversary edition. Much more legible than this one. But again, I don't hate it. It's just, guys, it's an odd thing for Citizen to do. I mean, they make some interesting watches, but it's really weird. Now, some of you might have noticed this is a master reset button. So if you're having problems with the watch, you just push this in while you're holding, I think, the start button. Actually, I think it might have been the reset button. Anyway, you hold one of these buttons and the master reset, and that resets everything on the watch if you're having problems with the watch. So there you go. There's the master reset. That's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Recessed button. Yeah, there's that recessed master reset button right there for you. So let's go ahead and try this thing on. And again, it's pretty heavy, man. It's not a light watch. Now, on the wrist, it doesn't feel too bad. Okay, it's not like crazy heavy, but it's pretty heavy. You definitely know, like I said, you have something on your wrist. I do like these Citizen bracelets where you have the hidden pushers. I like that. That's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take it off. Let's go ahead and do a Loom Shot. Let me kill the monitor light. Let me kill the studio light. And let's go ahead and zap this. Now, I wasn't really impressed with this proprietary Citizen Loom. There's just not much of it. It's very sparingly applied, so there's not a lot of loom on this thing. But there you go. Typical Seiko cobalt blue / teal looking loom. I've always loved the color of Citizen's loom much better than Seiko's loom. I just like that cobalt blue look. Now, of course, Seiko's loom lasts a lot longer, but I like the color of the Citizen loom. So there you go. All right, let's turn everything back on. Finish this review up. Now, if you got any questions about this thing, feel free to post those in the comments section. Again, comes in 3 different models. And I think this one was about, the list price on it on Citizen's website, I think it was like $700 and some. Let me see, what did I pay for it? I paid $437. I'll make sure to go ahead and put that link in the description field for you. If you want to go out there and get one, I mean, it's a cool looking watch. It's just a little weird for me personally. You know, a lot of you out there might absolutely love this thing. I mean, it's a striking blue dial color. I will say it's kind of got like a semi kind of sunburst thing going on. It looks like you have some Coats de Geneva, those Geneva stripes. Look at that. I didn't notice that. You kind of got a little bit of Geneva striping on the dial too. So, I mean, I love the blue. I absolutely love it. But it's just kind of an overall, like I said, weird watch. So anyway, go on Amazon if you want to get one of these. Again, they're about $437. Those prices are going to fluctuate. And also make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that notification bell. Me and all of the other YouTubers really, really appreciate that. So you can make sure you get all of our latest uploads. And guys, that's really been about it for this one. Again, this has been a Citizen Promaster Tsuno Chronograph 200-meter solar quartz racer. And this has been model number AV0070-57L. And until the next review, I'll see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.